Christmas, everyone. Every year around the holidays, my mom makes Christmas pudding, and this is what we eat after Christmas Day's dinner. This sacred recipe was inspired by the recipe that her mother used to make. Introducing Mama Leo and her tasty baking skills. Christmas pudding is warm and spicy, baked with lots of coffee and lots of brandy, creating a beautifully bold flavor unlike any other. Mom marinades her dried fruits in brandy for several days before she actually bakes the puddings. She also uses glazed cherries, and those are marinated in brandy as well. She starts with a combination of dried ingredients, including a bit of baking powder, baking soda, coconut, almond, and the all-purpose flours, and warming spices such as cinnamon and nutmeg. And this ended up being a really fun family effort. My cousin Brayton is visiting us from Eswatini, Africa, and decided to give us a hand in the kitchen. But butter and brown sugar are creamed together with a mixture, and after adequate whipping, a splash of vanilla and eggs are added, and then whipped further. Mom uses butter in her Christmas pudding. However, traditionally, it's always been made with beef suet. Once the dry and wet ingredients have been prepared, everything is combined, along with the marinated dried fruits, the coffee, and a few splashes of brandy here and there just to help thin out the batter if necessary. As you can see, it requires a lot of mixing. But Christmas pudding is much like a cake, but it's not baked in the oven like a cake normally. It is steamed, which is what makes it a pudding, hence its name. This is mainly an English-Irish tradition where they call it Christmas pudding, but in America we would call it figgy pudding or sometimes fruitcake. But it's important to remember that fruitcake that most people know is not the same and is made very differently from Christmas pudding. Mom will make the puddings a few weeks in advance before Christmas because it takes about that long for the puddings to mature before Christmas Day. She likes to give them as Christmas gifts to family and friends. Since we have family members that live in different countries, she has to get a head start so that they have plenty of time to mature and then be sent around the world. So these are going to rise a good bit, so this is why you didn't want to fill them all the way?
Yes.
Cool. They're about to get a nice hot bath here very soon. So now she's just putting the parchment paper to separate the lid from the container. And why do you do that, Mom?
To prevent the food rising up and hitting the lid, but also try and make it easier once you're taking it out to test it.
Very, very secure.
That
It's
one
not going
is
to
not
come
that
off.
one.
But yes, it just makes the process of separating the lid from the container a little bit easier later when they come out of the steam bath. So you have some fond memories of being a child with your siblings stirring and mixing everything.
There weren't any electric mixers, so we had to hold the bowl and one would stir.
And you found that the coconut flour and almond flour mixture ratios go really well in this, where traditionally it was only the white flour that was used, right? That's how your mom made it.
Yes.
But the reason why Mom likes to use the coconut and almond flour is because it's a little less impactful on your blood sugar and just a little bit kinder on your body in general.
These shallower pots, we'll check in an hour and a half, and then the deeper pans, wider pans with more batter in, we'll check in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they should be cooked.
Nice. Approximately 1.5 hours later.
Yeah, that's good.
Word up.
Yeah, these are
That's a proud baker right there.
Yes, yeah, indeed I am. What they call tikkies is what my mom had. It's a tiny, almost smaller than a dime, much smaller than a dime.
And she would just put them into the
Ah,
cakes.
And just
Wouldn't you guys end up eating them?
Well, that's what would
We
happen.
would really look through because we were getting money after that. That was our prize, but
Well, what
I'm
about
not
Granny
sure.
and them? Did she put in the ones that she was eating or just the
yeah, no, she put it in her
whole batch?
the whole batch and she just mixed it in. So
Wow.
the lucky child found the tikkie.
Happy holidays, YouTube. I hope everyone's holiday season is merry and bright and filled with all the family traditions that make you remember why you love this time of year.